Matthew, he comes back rewarding together to Sha Tin this week. He's a horse that's been very good to you, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been very consistent. So hopefully he can keep going.
He was a horse that generally raced well at Happy Valley, but he's brought that form across to Sha Tin, albeit maybe not quite as good as his last couple.
Yes, his form seems to have dropped off a little bit his last couple of runs, so hopefully he can bring his best form back and we can see the best of him.
He's going around in Class 1 in a small field. For a horse like him, is a small field a good thing or a bad thing?
I think end of season, I think as long as they're fit and healthy, a lot of them seem to be be at the end of the season anyway, so I think a small field should help him. He should hopefully poise up in a decent position and be in striking distance.
Frankie's got 3 in the race, including Master 8, that does like to roll forward. You'll be hoping he gets a good tempo set up for you?
Yeah, look, it depends on the draw. Some they can be very tactical, these races. Master 8 will go forward. Others, HELIOS will go forward as well. So hopefully they don't go too slow. And as long as my horse is comfortable, I'll be happy.
Missed a couple of meetings through general soreness. The body's bounced back from that mishap a week or 2 ago?
Yeah, when I just jumped off, I just jarred myself a bit and I had some inflammation just in the lower part of my back near the spine. So I just had to get that down so I could get some more movement in me, and it's okay, it's manageable.
Horse a little bit, he got little bit character. They say stinker, yeah. And training wise, he just always full of energy, and he doesn't know how to use. So I just give him lots of strong work, yeah.
1,200 metres last time. He was coming back in distance.
Yeah.
With the win, you've kept him at that trip. Is that his best trip?
At this moment, I think he is, because he just not relaxed. You relax him, he just look after himself. So I put back the blinkers on and just tell the jockey, no tactics, just ask him jump and go.
Have you been, despite his attitude, been happy with his work since that last run?
Yes. He remained a pretty good form. Yep.
Congratulations, you're here for another 12 months. Ladies' choice getting the job done. The owners looked very, very happy.
Yeah, they are all happy, yeah. The horse helped me.
You've got him absolutely flying, back-to-back wins. Will that be it for him for the season now? Him and Chang we'll see next season?
I think both horses still got a bit mileage. I think they both can improve next season.
Vincent, you ride Golden Samurai again. He's got a bit to live up to with the colours that he wears, doesn't he?
Yeah, but you know, it's a completely different horse, of course. And no, it's working well. I mean, it always feels like a 14 or more, even a mile in the future for me. And you know, can't blame him for last time 14. He didn't perform on wet track and not enough pace in the race. So I was hoping he can run a lot better this time. Yeah.
He bounced back well from that run and finished second behind the smart packing bowl, so that's good form for this week, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Even 1200 ran well, and he just kept finding after the line. So yeah, I think it shoots 14 more.
Is he a better horse saved for that one run rather than go forward that we saw from him 2 runs ago?
Yeah, sometimes he can over race a bit. Even in the morning he can get a little keen, but in the race, if you have a normal, genuine pace, he should be relaxed and still have a good turn of foot and keep finding.
When you go back to Happy Valley on Wednesday night, Joyful Hunter, at what stage of that race did you think, I might actually win this?
At the line? Yeah, I didn't really, at the top of the straight, what I felt is I wouldn't catch those runners. They're too far ahead, and it felt like we couldn't make up any ground. The track bar is pretty favor those front runner a lot, and first time carrying 135 on a baby, lucky is big enough to carry that, and yeah, one on the line, and I didn't expect that, honestly. I expect that before the race, but during the race I didn't. Only until the line that I'm pretty close to the winner, so could have a chance.
Read through the week while most people are heading off for a break. You're having a working holiday. Where are you off to while we're not racing here in Hong Kong?
Yeah, I'm going to Japan for 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks in UK, and then back to Japan for another 3 weeks. So, yeah, I hope I have some holiday. I don't think I will have, but it will be a good experience for me. Keeping the Japanese connection. Hopefully they have some Group 1s coming up. And going to UK to ride is always a pleasure to be there. It makes you improve so much there. So, yeah.
Zach, HELIOS Express has put in 2 excellent runs here in Hong Kong so far.
He has. He was sort of just beaten by the barrier first up. He had to go back and got himself in an awkward spot. Had to spot them a bit of a start and got to the line really strongly. And then last start from the good barrier, he was able to take advantage of that. He got himself into a lovely rhythm. The speed was fast. It all just fell into place for him, and his quality shone through.
Similar sort of field this week, but he goes up 10 rating points. Is that your biggest concern, the extra weight?
Sure, he's a lightly raced horse. It's never easy when they jump up in the handicap as quickly as what he has done here, but hopefully he can offset that and get it done again.
Been a big week for you, 1,600 wins last night. Were you aware that was sneaking up as well?
Yeah, I knew it was coming because when I rode my 1500th earlier in the season and I was thinking about trying to chase a record, I knew I'd have to get to 1600 before the end of the season to do that. So I knew I was around about that mark, but wasn't quite sure where it was at. But it's a nice milestone. Like I said, I have to once again thank the trainers and owners for their support. Without them, I can't do what I do, and here we are. So I've still got some unfinished business to do this season, and I need to remain focused.
We won't talk about it. I'm sure you're sick of hearing about the record. You're 2 off it, but another 3 last night certainly helped.
Yeah, I've had a really good run the last couple of weeks. I was behind the 8 ball there for a little bit, but I've got myself into a good position now, and hopefully my horses can just turn up and produce their best and help me get there, but it's never over until it's over, so I've got to continue to front up.
You've ridden some really big wins as far as races go this season, but you look to get a real kick out of Ladies' Choice winning on Monday night for Michael Chang.
Yeah, well, they're a good bunch of owners. They've been good friends of mine for a long time, obviously through the Aero Velocity Association, and they get along quite well with Michael, and it's never easy when your livelihood and career is at stake, and it's been 5 years since I rode a winner for Michael, so our wins have been few and far between, but to win on that horse back to back and to help him extend his career for however much longer, feels good, and they got a good kick out of throwing the race books up in the air too.
Brenton, 1 ride on Maldives for 1 win. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, he was good for me, Mark, wasn't he? He's a horse who's obviously won his fair share of races in Hong Kong, and he'd been out of the winner's circle for a while, but he obviously got a really good run in transit. They went at a good speed, which I think is really important for him. He seems to enjoy those high pressure races, and he was able to get the job done. So he's back to 1400, freshen up in between. He hasn't done a lot, but I was happy with the way he's galloped during the week, and I think he'll go there on Sunday and run well again.
That drop back in trip is no concern for you. He has won over 1400, albeit a while ago.
Yeah, it's been a while, but I just think he's a horse who just relies on pressure. So you tend to find in a 1400, they're probably going to go quicker than a mile. So I think that's just the main thing. As long as he gets pressure in his races where they sort of come back to you halfway up the straight, that's more important for him. And hopefully he's just got that bit of confidence from his win the other day.
What sort of horse is he to ride? Because he used to be a really quirky customer, especially in the home straight.
Yeah, look, I just took him for what he was the other day. First feeling, I didn't look too much into him. I just think it's a matter of trying to time your run on him. So the other day, if anything, I probably got there a fraction soon. So you just basically ride him to keep him comfortable and present him late. And if that's why the speed of the race is important. But if he can get those things go his way, then he's definitely going to be a horse that can run well again.
Good time to be riding for David Hall. The stable's really firing.
Yeah, he's been going really well, Dave. So like I said, I had the one winner for him, and a lot of them have run well. So he's got that. So the horses are all at the right ratings and all racing well.
Colonel, we shouldn't go back to one that's got beaten at the line, but you couldn't have done much more to undo the favourite last night at the Valley.
Yeah, look, obviously he's had a really good season, Colonel, and so's Ricky. So he seems to be one horse. Usually those wide draws at Happy Valley don't suit many, but he seems to be one that can really thrive off it from his gate speed. And we were able to control the speed at what we wanted to go, and I just tried to get on my bike on the point of the bend, and usually it's Zach running me down, and Vincent got me on the next $1.30 pop. But look, we've had a good season the last couple of months, and I feel I'm riding well, but just need to hit the back of the net a couple more times.
3 meetings to go. What does the off-season hold for Brenton Avdulla?
I'll meet the family in Bali on the Monday after the end of the season, and then we'll probably go back home, pack up, and we'll give it a go in Hong Kong, make life of it here, and hopefully we can get the ball rolling with some good support.